Pixar revolutionized the world of animation with its very first movie, Toy Story, back in 1995. Since then, Pixar has delivered hit after hit. While we were busy being captivated by the plots, stunning animations, and iconic characters, they were meticulously hiding Easter eggs, hidden references, within their films. These Easter eggs connected one movie to another, creating a cinematic universe that we only began to uncover after pausing every second of the films and analyzing them carefully. But don't worry, because today you're going to discover Pixar's best Easter eggs. You'll also learn why so many Pixar movies reference Apple and why there's a secret code hidden in all of them. Stick around! Welcome to Cine lovers! Get ready to sharpen your eyes because you'll need to pay close attention. Let me start by asking you a question. Have you ever noticed that almost every Pixar movie features the code A113 at some point? Movies like Cars, Toy Story, WALL-E, Monsters University, and many others have this same code hidden in their scenes. Once fans spotted this recurring code across so many movies, they dove deep into the internet to figure out what it meant. They eventually discovered that A113 is the number of a classroom at CalArts, an art school in California where many of Pixar's professionals studied. The code serves as a tribute to the university where they learned the craft of animation. And speaking of Pixar movies, there's no better place to start than with Toy Story, the company's most successful franchise. Together, the four films have grossed over $3 billion. With numbers like that, you can imagine the sheer amount of Easter eggs they created for future Pixar movies. In WALL-E, during a scene inside his home, you can spot Rex from Toy Story among the bowling pins. But here's the question, was WALL-E playing with Rex the same way Andy did? That would be pretty bizarre. Speaking of WALL-E, in one scene where he's surrounded by towering piles of trash, you can spot a red scooter, the same vehicle Ercole rides in Luca. Ratatouille also has its share of Easter eggs. On the streets of the city, during a very quick scene, you can spot Bon Voyage, the villain from The Incredibles, performing mime on the sidewalk. Could he be collecting money for a new bomb? Or did Mr. Incredible retire him from the world of crime for good? Additionally, in the scene where Linguini is brainstorming where to hide Remy, one of his suggestions is his underwear. When his underwear is revealed, we see that he's a massive fan of The Incredibles. He's probably one of the most excited people about The Incredibles 3. If you're just as hyped as Linguini, click on this card after the video ends, where I'll share all the details about the third film in the Parr family saga. Continuing with our list of Easter eggs, in The Incredibles itself, during a brief angle in the final battle scene, you can spot none other than Doc Hudson parked on the sidewalk, though without his eyes and mouth. If that piques your curiosity, check out my other video where I explain where the humans are in the Cars movies. I'm sure you'll love it. Speaking of cars, have you ever noticed that the Pizza Planet truck, which first appeared in Toy Story, has been featured in almost every Pixar film since? You can spot it in Cars, Monsters Incorporated, Brave, Ratatouille, WALL-E, Monsters University, and even in Finding Nemo, during the scene showing the path the fish in the aquarium would need to take to reach the ocean, crossing the street. There's no clear explanation for why they include this truck in every film, but I think it's likely a tribute to the first Toy Story, the movie that started it all and made Pixar what it is today. Finding Nemo is actually one of Pixar's films with the most Easter eggs. For example, in the dentist's office waiting room scene, you can spot Buzz Lightyear lying on the floor near a toy chest. Inside the chest, there's the Pixar ball and a mini mic from Monsters Incorporated. Also, in the office, a boy is reading a magazine featuring Mr. Incredible. And even in the credits of Finding Nemo, there's a famous Easter egg where Mike from Monsters Incorporated is seen swimming underwater. What he was looking for there, I have no idea. But if you haven't found the like button yet, let me show you where it is, right below this video. It's free. Just click it, and it helps the channel a lot. And if you're watching on TV, you can also leave a like and subscribe by scrolling down. It's super easy. But Finding Nemo doesn't just make references to other films without being referenced in return. Other Pixar movies have paid homage to it too. For instance, in Monsters Incorporated, when Boo is showing her toys to Sully, one of them is none other than Nemo himself, though in toy form, not alive. In Finding Dory, during the scene where Dory is placed in the aquarium and surrounded by kids eagerly watching the marine animals, one of the girls observing them is Riley from Inside Out. Speaking of Inside Out, there's a nod to the often overlooked The Good Dinosaur. In a scene where the emotions are watching a memory of Riley's family trip, you can spot a photo of them with Woodbush. Another The Good Dinosaur Easter egg appears in Monsters University. In a scene where they're cleaning the scare simulator room, among the toys on the floor is a small figure of Arlo. In Brave, another Pixar film that tends to be forgotten by fans, we get not just one Easter egg, but two. When Merida is talking to the witch, you can spot a wooden carving of the Pizza Planet truck and another of Sully from Monsters Incorporated. This carving, by the way, sparked a fan theory that the witch is actually an older version of Boo, who never forgot Sully. It's such a touching idea. What do you think about this theory? Let me know in the comments. In Up, when Frederickson's house takes flight, there's a brief scene where we can spot Lotso, the villainous teddy bear from Toy Story 3, in the bedroom of a child watching the spectacle through their window. Speaking of Toy Story, in Toy Story 2, when Buzz is running through Al's toy barn, you can see several characters from A Bug's Life on display as toys for sale. In Toy Story 3, the movie pays homage to the first film in the franchise. There's a scene where a garbage man is collecting trash bags on the street, and the skull shirt he's wearing under his uniform makes it clear he's Sid, the villain from the first movie. At least he managed to find a job and didn't end up permanently traumatized after seeing what those toys could do. But Pixar doesn't stop at referencing its own films. It also includes nods to Apple in several movies. This is because Steve Jobs was instrumental in Pixar's success, providing his computing expertise to make the 3D animation for Toy Story possible. As one of the studio's founders and its main investor, Jobs continued to support Pixar even after it was sold to Disney in 2006 for billions of dollars. These subtle tributes to Steve Jobs appear in a lot of films, like Cars, where one of the competitors in the Piston Cup has the iconic bitten Apple logo, The Incredibles, where the computer keyboard features the Apple logo, and WALL-E, where the character Eve was designed to resemble an Apple product. In fact, the movie's director worked on her design with Jonathan Ive, Apple's chief designer at the time. Speaking of Pixar, Disney leaked some exciting details about Cars 4 during the D23 Brazil event, and I was there. In this video, I'll share everything with you. And if you love sequels, The Incredibles 3 is on the way, and I've got all the key details for you. Click to binge watch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video here on Cine Lovers.